What's good, good people? I'm back. All right, so first off, shout out to the homie Robert. Actually, a few of you guys in the comment section was telling me that I needed to check out this video for the past couple of months. People just been randomly saying it, and Robert actually sent me the link. He hit me on IG and sent me the link to the video to react. He's actually the guy who sent me the link to the Marine Corps training as well, the 13-week joint I did recently. He sent me that too, so shouts out to you, Robert. So this one is titled Star Spangled Banner as You Never Heard It. Y'all said y'all wanted me to watch it. Let's watch it. Let's see what the hell going on with America.
Song that I'm sure you're aware of. You've seen it. It's in most hymnals throughout our churches. It's called the national anthem. It is our song as an American. We go, however, to a...
Now, the only thing that I know about the national anthem, well, not that I know, I don't know, just things that I've heard, was that a verse was removed from it that they didn't want us to hear because it was negative. I think it had something to do with slavery. And they removed it, made the song a little more user friendly, and had all our asses singing it before class started. That's all I really know.
It is our song as an American. We go, however, to a ball game. We stand in our church services and we sing the words of that song, and they float over our minds and our lips, and we don't even realize what we're singing. Most of us have memorized it as a child, but we've never really thought about what it means. Let me tell you a story. Francis Scott Key was a lawyer in Baltimore. The colonies were engaged in vicious conflict with the mother country, Britain. Because of this conflict and the protractedness of it, they had accumulated prisoners on both sides. The American colonies had prisoners and the British had prisoners. And the American government initiated a move. They went to the British and they said, let us negotiate for the release of these prisoners. They said, we want to send a man out to discuss this with you. They were holding the American prisoners in boats about 1,000 yards offshore. And they said, we want to send a man by the name of Francis Scott Key. He will come out and negotiate to see if we can make a mutual exchange. On the appointed day, in a rowboat, he went out to this boat and he negotiated with the British officials. And they reached a conclusion that men could be exchanged on a one-for-one basis. Francis Scott Key, jubilant with the fact that he'd been successful, went down below in the boats, and what he found was a cargo hold full of humanity, men. And he said, men, I've got news for you tonight. You're free. He said, tonight I have negotiated successfully your return to the colonies. He said, you'll be taken out of this boat, out of this filth, out of your chains. As he went back up on board to arrange for their passage to the shore, the admiral came and he said, we have a slight problem. He said, we will still honor our commitment to release these men, but it'll be merely academic after tonight. It won't matter. And Francis Scott Key said, what do you mean? He said, well, Mr. Key, he said, tonight we have laid an ultimatum upon the colonies. Your people will either capitulate and lay down the colors of that flag that you think so much of, or you see that fort right over there, Fort Henry? He said, we're going to remove it from the face of the earth. He said, how are you going to do that? He said, if you will, scan the horizon of the sea. And as he looked, he could see hundreds of little dots. And he said, that's the entire British war fleet. He said, all of the gunpowder, all of the armament is being called upon to demolish that fort. It will be here within striking distance in a matter of about 2.5 hours. He said, the war is over. These men would be free anyway. He said, you can't shell that fort. He said, that's a large fort. He said, it's full of women and children. He says, it's predominantly not a military fort. He said, don't worry about it. They said, we've left them a way out. And he said, what's that? He said, do you see that flag way up on the rampart? He said, we have told them that if they will lower that flag, the shelling will stop immediately. And we'll know that they've surrendered, and you'll now be under British rule. Francis Scott Key went down below and told the men what was about to happen. And they said, how many ships? He said, hundreds. The ships got closer. Francis Scott Key went back up on top and he said, men, I'll shout down to you what's going on as we watch. As twilight began to fall, and as the haze hung over the ocean as it does at sunset, suddenly the British war fleet unleashed. He says the sound was deafening. There were so many guns that there were no reliefs. He said it was absolutely impossible to talk or hear. He said suddenly the sky, although dark, was suddenly lit. And he says from down below, all he could hear the men, the prisoners, saying was, tell us where the flag is. What have they done with the flag? Is the flag still flying over the rampart? Tell us. 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours into the shelling, every time the bomb would explode and it would be close to the flag, they could see the flag in the illuminated red glare of that bomb, and Francis Scott Key would report down to the men below, it's still up. It's not down. The admiral came and he said, your people are insane. He said, what's the matter with them? He said, don't they understand this is an impossible situation? Francis Scott Key said he remembered what George Washington had said. He said the thing that sets the American Christian apart from all other people in the world is he will die on his feet before he'll live on his knees.
Okay.
The admiral said, we have now instructed all of the guns to focus on the rampart to take that flag down. He said, we don't understand.
Hold on. So they came to an agreement. British said, yeah, fuck it. We still gonna do it. Drop the flag. Y'all gonna be under our control. So what was the point of coming to an agreement? Oh, they just came to an agreement for the prisoners, not necessary. Okay, all right.
To focus on the rampart to take that flag down. He said, we don't understand something. Our reconnaissance tells us that that flag has been hit directly again and again and again, and yet it's still flying. We don't understand that. But he said, now we're about to bring every gun for the next 3 hours to bear on that point. Francis Scott Key said the barrage was unmerciful. All that he could hear was the men down below praying. The prayer, God, keep that flag flying where we last saw it. The sunrise came. He said there was a heavy mist hanging over the land, but the rampart was tall enough. There stood the flag, completely nondescript, in shreds. The flagpole itself was at a crazy angle, but the flag was still at the top. Francis Scott Key went aboard and immediately went into Fort Henry to see what had happened. And what he'd found had happened was that that flagpole and that flag had suffered repetitious direct hits. And when it had fallen, but men, fathers, who knew what it meant for that flag to be on the ground, although knowing that all of the British guns were trained on it, walked over and held it up humanly until they died. Their bodies were removed and others took their place. Francis Scott Key said what held that flagpole in place at that unusual angle were patriots' bodies. He penned the song, "Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming. O'er the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that the flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet fly and wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave? The debt was demanded. The price, it was paid."
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets spread clear, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave? Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Okay. All right. So I got questions. Again, didn't know what the Star Spangled Banner was ever about. If that story is a recap of what happened that led to the song being written, then I have questions. What happened after the flag didn't fall? So these folks then came to agreements with us to release each other's prisoners. Then they say, well, we gave them an ultimatum. If they don't drop that flag, we coming over to bomb that Fort Henry. And if they don't drop that flag, then we're just gonna keep hitting it. Okay, cool. So you kept hitting it. The flag didn't fall. Then what? I'm trying to figure out Was there any shooting back? Was there any defense? What happened? Because the lawyer, it's crazy. I always felt like lawyers, they also live lawless. Like lawyers are very neutral ground people. They just walk around the earth on nobody's side. They just on their side of winning, right? So they send the lawyer to go talk to the Brits, right? To negotiate the trading of the prisoners. And then they tell him what they're going to do. Of course, he can't phone call or radio call nobody back to say, hey, they plotting something. Y'all might want to jump on this. But then what? They did all that bombing. The flag didn't fall. My boy writes the song. Then what? What happened after that, y'all? Fill me in, because I am lost. What happened? So they were just allowed to just wipe that fort off, and then they didn't suffer no consequences. Like, I don't know. I don't know. Crazy story. And the fact that a lawyer wrote it, my boy just watching his people just get decimated. Just blown off the face of the earth, and decides to write a song. I don't know, bruh. Y'all, I don't know. I don't know how to feel about that. I don't know exactly how to feel about what I just heard. I don't know. Maybe once you guys start filling me in on the background story and well, the later story, I should say, what happened after this, then maybe I'll start to understand it. But it just seems like they sent a lawyer. He did his job. He heard through the grapevine, and then he just watched Americans get blown up and wrote a song about it because he was there, and he wrote a song about it. And now we sing it in school every morning, not knowing the background story. But now that if this story is the story, now that I know the story, I mean, it's a prideful story. I mean, if those patriots were really holding that flag up, I mean, we're talking about cannonballs hitting this thing, and y'all kept that flag standing, then that sounds courageous to me. But how did y'all know to keep the flag up? You see what I'm saying? Did somebody run down there to the fort and say, hey, those ships out there are going to start bombing us if we don't drop the flag? Is that what happened? Is that why they fought to keep the flag up? Or is keeping the flag from touching the ground that's just always been a thing? And because that's still how it is. Just let me know, y'all. Let me know. 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 I done heard so many damn stories about the Star Spangled Banner, bro. I just don't know. Just fill me in, please, y'all. Fill me in. I don't want to seem like I don't care. It's just that I really be lost, y'all. Because, I mean, based on this man watched his people be killed and wrote a song about it while it was happening. Am I supposed to be like, yes, that's right, America. We write great songs when terrible things are happening to us. What am I supposed to take away from this? I get the flag never touching the ground. I get the American pride. I get holding the flag up. I get the fight. But what am I supposed to, like, what? I don't know. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Let's talk about this, y'all. Fill me in. I want to know what happened afterwards. Fill me in, y'all. I'm out. Peace. Lord, don't take me out for this one, y'all. Just let me know so I can understand and understand what y'all are understanding. Please. I'm out, y'all. Peace.